laws. Ondo government orders probe into death of registrar of state-owned varsity. 16 inmates attack warders, breach Kefi prison, 7 rearrested. NCAA tasks staff on safety at Benin retreat. Abure to INEC. Exclude Labour Party from by-elections. Risk cancellation. I don't know if I would support Peter Obi in 2027. Babachir Lawal. Let's move on now to The Sun. We are investigating many governors, according to the chairman of the EFCC. Tinubu, Soludo meeting, last kick of dying horse. APC fires back at ABGA. Security, counter-terrorism, political economic matters top agenda. Nigeria-Israel dialogue. Enugu government to establish food nutrition units, distributes 20,000 computers to civil servants. 17 states yet to domesticate SDGs as deadline nears. Nigerian hospitals now where people go to die. That's according to the Anglican primate. How my encounter with Buhari prevented clash between soldiers and students, as according to Ucheaga, chieftain of defunct NCPN. I have no apology supporting Tinubu, declares Soludo. Let's move on now to The Punch. Health sector crisis persists despite 5.4 trillion naira World Bank loans. 30,000 naira car racing bet leaves 5 dead in Ogun. Federal government drops 60 billion naira fraud charges against ex-Amcon MD. Court orders federal government to close case in Dasuki's decade-old trial. AFCC grants Tambuwal bail, withholds passport. AFCC targeting David Mark after Tambuwal, Ihedioha, as according to the ADC. Man to face trial for child theft in Anambra. By-elections. Don't exclude us, Labour Party faction tells INEC. ADC can't outperform Tinubu, says Nasarawa SDP senator. Let's move on now to this day. As ADC challenges Aiyedatiwa's election as Ondo governor at Supreme Court, TUC slams Nigerian leadership, calls for agriculture-driven GDP growth. Tinubu names 22-man board members for NCC, USPF. EFCC quizzes ex-Sokoto Governor Tambuwal over alleged 189 billion naira fraud. Disco's dispute. Confusion as Kunle Ogumba claims receiver role against court order. NSDC sales deal with operators to produce 400,000 metric tons sugar annually. NPA to sustain port efficiencies, non-oil exports expand to $3.225 billion. NPA to sustain port efficiency as non-oil exports expand to $3.225 billion. And our final stop this morning is The Guardian. Outrage over Ibom Air incident as IG orders Kwam 1's probe. Court strikes out 60 billion naira criminal suit against ex-Amcon boss. Troops kill several terrorists in Borno failed ambush. Gani Adams, false Kwara killings, alerts on fresh crisis in Southwest. Lagos moves to regulate rents, curb abuse with new tenancy bill. 97% untitled land limiting collateral for loans, says minister. Court sentences man to death for killing roommate over door closure dispute. Dangote refinery cuts petrol ex depot price to 820 naira. Wadada, Soludo throw weight behind Tinubu for 2027. NCOS decries low drug supply, personnel for 8,000 inmates with health needs. Reps pushing to make appeal court final judge in Guba poll disputes. All these and more on the front page of The Guardian. It's 6:22 a.m. right here. Time to get to your reactions. We are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. You can go on to these platforms to share your thoughts and be a part of the conversation. For WhatsApp, you can send a WhatsApp message, a voice note, or even call that number at 08099300137. On X, it is at Nigeria Info ABJ. You can go on there to share your thoughts and be a part of the headline review. Let's run through some of your messages on the live streaming platforms right now. And Emeka Ohanyido from Somerset Community Maraba says, I still don't understand this. If the NSA can work with the governor of Kaduna State to tackle the issue of banditry in such a speedy way, why wouldn't he do same in Zamfara, Katsina, Plateau, and Benue? Is insecurity politicized or what? Nigeria shall be great again, is how he ends his thoughts. And EFCC appears to be going after oppositions. No problem. Our prayer to them and INEC is to grant Nigerians credible elections in 2027 so that we can use our brooms to push out the enemies of Nigeria, is what Gabriel in Lugbe shares as his thoughts. And on Facebook, good morning, Prince Dennis JP. Also, Francis Namani from Enugu State. Government should, as a matter of urgency, fix and diversify Nigeria's economy to tackle the prevailing hunger, unemployment, poverty, and hardship in the country. And Voice of Mbise says, article revealing why AFCC is arresting ADC members is nothing but the truth. It's obvious what the government is doing.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
Kalubale da ya jiya abun mamaki wai har ya lalace. kuɗi a cikin wannan sabuwar shekara da muka shiga? Maza garzaya Stanal World domin shiga aikin rarraba biredin nasu. Za ma ka iya siyarwa kuma ka
Audio
Connection established.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
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 A sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Good morning to the King Itodo Abba, the Agaba Idon one and only. My name is Salasi, sending this voice out right now from Gariki. I want to commend our gallant men by escaping the plan of terrorists in Borno, and they got privilege to kill a lot of them. That is what it gladdened my heart whenever I heard that. There shouldn't be any repentant Boko Haram bringing them back to society. Bringing about 300 of them, rehabilitating them. No, I don't want to hear that. They should go after the criminal. There shouldn't be negotiation the way Katsina State are trying to do. Say they are to negotiate with bandit in Katsina. Oh, peace deal with bandit in Zamfara. No. All those clerics, in fact, they need to be arrested for having access to this bandit, and these people are still killing, and every day you hear talking of rehabilitation. We don't want to hear that. They should go after them. They should go and repent to God up there. But here, there shouldn't be any room for negotiation to the terrorists. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Good morning, Sir Itodo. My name is Sabila, sending in this voice note from Central area. Nigerian hospitals are places where Nigerians go to die, according to somebody. And I say that's very correct, because the Nigerian government hospitals doesn't care. I remember my ordeal when my wife put to bed my first child. You know, in the labor room, there were more than 10 women that were in labor, and it was only one nurse that was attending to virtually all of them. My wife said it was a bitter experience, seeing, women crying, in pain, trying to give birth, and a head of a baby is coming out the other side, head of a baby and it was only one nurse that was attending to them. That was a horrific experience. And my daughter that was sick, and we went to the hospital, government hospital, and the neglect, it was so too much. And that was why, for me, the presidential, former presidential spokesperson, Femi Adesina, said Buhari would have long been dead if he had visited Nigerian hospital. That's the politicians for you. God will help us in this country. Nothing is working. That is my take this morning.
Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. How has your experience been visiting health facilities in the country? What is the reception that you get? Are you trusting of the system, or do you feel like you would better hold on to your symptoms and not bother about getting checked because of how you might be treated if you were to? 0700 951 0000 08095974869. Those are the phone lines to join the conversation this morning. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Itodo.
Good morning, sir.
Family.
Welcome.
Yes, sir. I remember Honorable Safa Bakar Ali Tinubu speaking. I'm calling from PW Kubwa. The Itodo, you see, this politics, they say, is a game of interest. No permanent enemy, no permanent friendship, only permanent interest. The interest for Ludo is in president, and the president will a kind of extend his own olive tree, right? So that is how it is. I can belong to different party, but if our interests meet, we can do business. That is how it is.
Yeah.
And I'm disturbed that is it because somebody is in DC and if found culpable or is found wanting in corrupt practices should not be proved? Is it what we are saying? Because it's in the ADC, any one of them that is found wanting, whether ADC, PDP, APC, as long as they dip their hands in where they should not, they should go.
But Abubakar, don't you hold on before you go on to your last thought, please. I'll give you an extra 30 seconds to do that. Don't you think that the timing is the reason why Nigerians are raising their eyebrows to what's playing out right now?
Sir Itodo,
yes.
Could there be any timing for doing the right thing? Could there be any timing for doing if there's nothing in your skeleton? If there's nothing in your skeleton, if there's nothing, I don't forget how.
No skeleton in your cupboard.
If you don't have it, whether you come at midnight or afternoon or morning, you have nothing to fear. Your book should be open at all the time. Like you now, if somebody says is coming to audit your work, will you have any fear? Because you are doing your best at all the time, and we, the listeners, we've approved, passed to. You have an excellent grade. So that is how it is. You should not be scared of probe. And lastly, like I was trying to say, we must be careful with our temper. Look at that lieutenant now. He killed his colleague, his lieutenant, and he is also going to die just because of closing door. Kai! Thank you very much for the wonderful opportunity.
All right, sir. Thank you. Good morning. Welcome.
Hello, Itodo.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
It is well with you this morning. My name is Hakim.
Please go ahead.
I'm with you. The truth of the matter is that those guys in the hospital, they are trying, and we should give them kudos for what they are doing. Particularly in Abuja, I would like to single out Kubwa General Hospital. I can tell you for free, all the family in the hospital, all the doctors, the nurses, they are doing exceedingly well. But when you go to that hospital, when you are sick, even the way those doctors will attend to you, first of all, make you relax, lower your BP. So for me, when we are talking about this thing, we don't generalize. It's not every broadcaster that is bad, nor every Nigerian police that are bad. So when we see them doing well, we should commend them. All the staff of our general hospital, they are doing extremely well in all departments. God bless them this morning. At the Chief Medical Director of the hospital. Good morning.
All right, thank you for sharing. Good morning, welcome. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Itodo.
Welcome.
Yeah, my name is CJ.
Go ahead, CJ. Where are you calling from?
Ottawa, Lacey.
All right, go ahead, please.
Itodo.
Yes.
Wadata and Soludo. We know it's game of interest. But what have we have to do? All these things they are running to president, supporting him. That is not the answer. The answer is for the masses. Do something for the masses. You don't have to run and go and meet president that are supporting him to gain benefits from him. What Wadata done to his constituency? Altaba Lefi here, in Kesoto Wada, Kuchikao massacre. Since February, they don't have light under Wadata senatorial zone. Almost 5 months now, we don't have light. As I'm talking to you, we don't have light since 5 months now, since February. Itodo. See, when the time reach, president cannot come and vote. Even if presidents are coming to this zone and vote, it's only one vote. You understand?
Yes.
We just carry the constituency, building the mosque and the police station, link police station. You understand? Let us work for the masses, not for the president. We know that INEC and judiciary is under president. That's why they are running to president, supporting the president in 2007. During campaign, when the campaign time never reached. You understand Itodo? You understand the artisans of Toludo and Wadata. Let Wadata make his constituency light work. Let Wadata build even a clinic for some community in the constituency. Let Wadata build for the whole Karo local government Itodo. No pipe-borne water for the whole Karo local government.
All right.
And the Karo local government is the highest revenue generation for the whole Nasarawa state.
All right. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Pastor Gentleman Itodo. My name is Abakar calling you from Gwagwalada. I greet all the callers, esteemed listeners and contributors. Kudos to the men and officers of Nigeria Army in curtailing the menace of Boko Harams and the bandits. Even here in Gwagwalada, we appreciate the military boys, the military personnel, taking for their timely intervention, the discovery of gold in what I will call the golden empire here in Gwagwalada. It will have resulted into a bloodshed. So they are coming from time to time. Yesterday and day before yesterday, I was an eyewitness. May God help us. I'm coming to the issue of EFCC going after former public officers. Mostly it's politically motivated. EFCC is truly a watchdog. They should curtail corrupt budgeting proposal, curtail and crack down on poor implementation, which is corrupt. There are a lot of corrupt practices in the system, in the governance. They should not go only after the past leader, even serving leaders. There was a strong allegation about the allocation of coastal highway. It was not granted public hearing, no Senate approval before that project was launched. So it should not be political witch hunting and political vendetta.
All right.
EFCC should serve the interest of the generality of all Nigerians.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Let's go on now to the live feed and take some of your comments. We are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. You can go onto these platforms to share your thoughts and react to any headline that has your attention. Good morning, Eugene Moses, watching from Taraba State. Bolaji Mike, thank you for joining. I wait for the masses in 2027, or with regards to 2027. And Oludade Abiodun says that your opposition does not mean that you are immune to prosecution. So if any of the opposition members is guilty of any corruption charges, he or she should be arrested and prosecuted and eventually sentenced when found guilty. Nothing like timing. If you're not guilty, you should not be afraid of anything, is what Oludade Abiodun shares as his thoughts. Good morning, Ite Kama. Jafara Husseini, thank you for joining from Suleja. Mwazu John Lasisi, thank God I'm back to Abuja. Welcome back. Man sentenced to death for killing neighbor over door closure. This is what impatience can cause until we start living together in peace and harmony. This is what you get. How on earth will a mature adult become physical against another person? Learn to resolve issues amicably and life will be sweet, is how he ends his thoughts. Let's get to you. Good morning. Welcome.
Yes, good morning to you, Itodo.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. I remain my humble self. Omota, you're reaching you from Galadima this humble morning. All protocols duly observed. I greet all the callers and listeners of this radio station. First, they say the former AMCON boss, that charges has been dropped against him. Of course, what do you expect? If there's a common saying that says justice delayed is clearly justice denied. You see, when you
where did you get that saying? So hold on. Where did you get your own version from? Where did you get your own version of the saying from?
It's a common school of thought in Itodo. I can't tell you exactly where it is, but it has been generally used.
That's not how it's said. So how did you get? But go on, please. Let's hear your thoughts. Go ahead. Please go ahead. Justice delayed is not justice denied, is what it says. That's the right thing.
It's actually justice denied, because over time, when you date things, it now looks like after all the offense.
There's something happening with your connection.
Like
Can you
now seen and all of that?
Hold on. Okay. There's something happening to your connection. Can you readjust where you are? Let's see if that helps, so we can hear you clearly.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, please.
Okay. So very quickly, what I'm saying is, as it is now, if you check very closely, observe that former AMCON boss, check what his support is going to in the next election, and where he's going to be direct.
We're still having that situation with your connection. So I have to let you go at this point. It's hard to make out what you're saying. You can call back. I'll give you some time to complete that thought. Good morning. Welcome.
Thank you. My name is Mrs. Sobers. I feel where the last class of your connection was not too clear. He talked about equity. There cannot be equity anywhere where there's no justice. Remember what's happening at our airport. Because of this, our sister now, they want to start investigating K1 and the rest. So, before now, the sleeping dog will lie. It is what it is. I only advise people, prevent what you can prevent. Now, somebody said Nigerians go to our hospitals to go and die. If you are opportune to go to a hospital and they treat you well, especially public hospital, be thankful. It could be your relationship with the health workers. You just go there, you walk in, they treat you, and you leave. Nobody says that our health workers are not trying. They also need help. We also should be speaking on their behalf. But the truth of the matter is, our health sector is not well arranged. That's the truth. No way you come and paint it to people that it is well. It's not well anywhere. The voice, yes. I want to ask you this question. In some countries, when you are sick, and you are able to get to your phone, you dial a particular number, they will come pick you with either their emergency vehicle or the ambulance and take you to the hospital. In Nigeria, before you rent an apartment, you check the proximity to road. That is if you have a vehicle. You now reason people that are in villages or that are far away from road. You are sick, it's your neighbor. And that's why we say, let your neighbor be your hospital. No more your neighbor be your friend. It is your neighbor that if you are able to reach out to, that will manage to come and carry you. If they have vehicle, they will use their vehicle. If not, they will now start looking for somebody that have vehicle. In that situation, before you get to hospital, how far? And people will call and say, all is well. All is not well anywhere. Emergency number should be available. When you are sick, you cannot get to the hospital. You call them, they will come attend to you. All that right. One is even too big. You are in the hospital. How do they manage you? Brother, it's hard to be. I don't know our benefits. Who will offend?
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts. 6:45 right here, going through the headlines and getting your reactions. You can catch up on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. We'll run through the WhatsApp platform, take some of your voice notes. Please keep it straight to the point, short and simple. All right. Minute 30 seconds is what you have. If it's lesser than that, that would be great. Let's get started with you right now. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Deacon Itodo. Good morning, Nigerians. My name is Muazu John Lasisi. Bauchi police student protest armed robbery in campus. This is a serious matter. Is the school premises, does it mean there's no security in the school? What is the management of the school doing about it? Because the students are kept in the custody of the school, and they need every security, safety. They need everything they need. The student must be secure. That is just it.
Let's be honest to ourselves. If EFCC really want to do their job, they shouldn't be selective. All the old past governors, all of them, none of them has a clean record. So they should go after them, or not selecting people that do not belong to the party. Even the Minister of State for Defense has an accusation leveled against him about insecurity. What has they done about it? Other governors are involved in corruption cases. Let them go after all of them, even the past ones, from 1999 up to date. Thank you.
Good morning, Deacon Itodo. This is Chukwu, listening from Southeast Abia State. I have no any apology for supporting Tinubu by Soludo. Nobody asking for apology. He have his own way to follow. But the only thing I want to tell all governors, not only Soludo, all governors, for you to support a sitting president, no means say maybe you are a good person. Don't do notice me for anything that you are doing. That party, if you ask me now, that party you go to support the president or whoever. If you contest that your governor for that party, for no even get even councillorship election, councillor, not to talk of a governor, you not go win anything. But if after the party give you everything, you now come and support another party. It's not the way. But the only thing be say you have only one vote. You can support whoever you want to support, but let him allow the vote of people to be counted, not this one that they do for River State. If you can be able to allow the vote to count, you can support anybody with your family and leave others to support who they want to support. Not force anybody to vote for who you don't want to vote. That's my own advice for them. Well done.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts right here. And Yahya, the head boy, says Tambawa gets bail from EFCC, and that is the end of Solomon Gandhi. A jailbreak in Kefi after other jailbreaks in other places. Our correctional centers still remain the same. God help my country, Nigeria. And why is it that Ms. Emerson that had problems with the airline is still increasing even when all available evidence is pointing to miscarriage of justice is how social engineer Comrade Itodo begins his message. Does this mean that government officials do not listen to the facts, emerging arguments and counter-arguments Nigerians are coming out with? I plead to the federal government to meticulously follow the rule of law in handling the lady's case. This is because once the federal government does not follow the law, it would be in future become the new normal, and miscarriage of justice would be the order of the day. The man who stood in front of the aircraft in the airport has not been charged to court. Double standards? These are the questions being asked by Comrade Itodo. If David Mack and others are found guilty of any corruption, they can be arrested because, okay, I took your message similar to what you just sent now on Facebook. And Wale Fatila says no summons for serving ministers, yet Tambawa arrested. The ruling government appears to be biased. The EFCC appears to be being used to target critics and opposition figures, doing what the government cannot win through public debate. This is nothing but political attack for his joining a coalition for a better Nigeria, is what I think it is. Tambawa will be cleared, is what Wale Fatila shares as his thoughts. And James Indurame says, Soludo only has one vote. We have the right to support anyone. Those on a mission to silence opposition parties should play with caution. Nothing lasts forever. Kenneth in Ado Junction. Soludo says, no apology for supporting Tinubu. Nothing is wrong about that, is what Bosu, Elder Bosu in Yaya says. And thank you for the compliment. 0039. Pa Andrew A. Odoimo says, why the selective arrest investigation? If that is what democracy has to offer, it is not worth it. EFCC targeting David Mark, Tamawel ADC alleged. I strongly suggest we go back to regional system of government and governance. Democracy is not working in Nigeria because it is government of the mighty for the mighty, and completely opposite of what democracy means. People should learn to disappoint the devil by proper anger management. A friend killed over an insignificant disagreement is uncalled for, is what Jacob Ode in Mandela shares. At 6:51 right here, we've got less than 4 minutes to go, so I'll take 2 quick calls. You would have 40 seconds to share your thoughts, so please go straight to it. 40 seconds. Good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Good morning. Welcome. All protocols observed on your behalf. 40 seconds. Go ahead.
Yeah, no problem. This is Engineer Olaitio. You see, as much as people want to paint, I keep saying it. Yes, when you do something wrong, you should pay for the crime. That is if you do it wrong. But ITO, can you tell me how many people that EFCC are Bingio's investigation of arresting former governors? Can you tell me how many of them that they have jailed and that they are found guilty for being guilty of that thing that they charge them for to court? ITO, can you? And even when you are saying it's not political, ITO, the past administration, their ministers, even the one that shattered the plane, and call it Nigerian Air, up till now is still free. And they are telling me that it's not political.
All right.
ITO, thing is about politics, and Tinubu is playing it to because he's trying to forfeit that is 8 years. That is 8 years signature on his head.
All right. Thank you. Good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Deacon. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you. 40 seconds. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Udo, the next president. Yeah. Whoever EFCC want to arrest, they should go ahead and do that. In as much as those persons have a query to answer, EFCC should go, whether they are opposition party or not. Because for me, I don't see reason why somebody, look at what happened yesterday in the paper headline that somebody withdraw 189 billion naira in cash. Honestly, I'm still finding it difficult to believe. And this is ADC that they want to rescue Nigeria. I've not even gotten to power. They are behaving like this. Somebody that knows the financial rule, regulation of this country, went to go and withdraw that kind of amount in cash. And he said that the EFCC are arresting opposition party. If they want to pick all of them, if they have answer query to answer, let them pick them.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Eugene Moses, Busari Tahiru, watching from Osun State. Thank you for joining, as well as Emperor Malinga Audi. Thanks for the compliment as well. And Oluwa Bomitemi Ade Diron says, on health loans, Immense's privacy and the Suki case, formulation of policies and funds procurement aren't Nigeria's problems, but honest, transparent, and purpose-intended implementation is what you share as excerpts from your thoughts this morning. And ABJ Patrick says on the EFCC unleashing of its venom on some corrupt past leaders who think they can now use their states' funds to form groups to fight incumbency of the moment. It is time for those past leaders who have done this to know that there is a new intolerant sheriff in town. Ezekiel Dunga, the fight against corruption by EFCC appears to have been one-sided from time, is what you share. Thank you for staying tuned. Do well to catch up on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. Good morning.
Oh.